Welcome back. It's good to have a Sunday night. Good to report on another week of training. So it was a good week this week. I was able to be at home. We had our annual sales conference virtually this year. So we typically head off in the first week of January. We usually go to a pretty fun place, Florida, Arizona, Vegas. This year was actually scheduled for Austin, Texas. But due to COVID, it got canceled. So we had our virtual meetings, which was somewhat of a challenge, but I thought the company pulled it off better than I expected. So I was at home all week, which made training a little bit easier. The good news is I was able to complete my training as scheduled. I was able to knock out 65 miles. I don't know what the average pace is. I could probably do the math, but my workouts took me about 9 hours and 51 minutes. I was able to get some good reading done during these workouts, but also was able to run with a group on Tuesday and on Saturday. Both times was very enjoyable, and both times I got to meet some new people. So yesterday's trail run in particular was good. I enjoyed talking to my new friends, Allie, and then a married couple, Nicole and Ben, and then Crystal, who is a world record holder right now, the fastest known time for a woman of doing a quadruple crossing of the Grand Canyon. So, and always enjoy the time running with Brad. I was able to talk to him a bit this week as well. So overall, it was a good week, but I don't say it was a great week because I'm still trying to work my way through this left Achilles tendonitis that I've now had for 3 weeks. So I continue to do my self-therapy. I do a lot of stretching. I do a lot of massage. I do a lot of heat. I do a lot of ice. And I feel like it's kept it in check, but certainly not out of the woods yet. And talking to my new friend Nicole yesterday on the trail, she's suffering with the same challenge, but she is also a massage therapist, so she's been able to, I think she's a little bit more in tune with what works and maybe what's latest, and she gave me a recommendation for a roller system that uses leverage that enables you to get a lot more pressure. Because it's kind of like a C-clamp that comes together, and then you're able to clamp down and use some leverage force that gets you deeper into the tissue. So I'm excited to get that. That arrives tomorrow. I did bring this to the attention of Coach, and she said, sounds good, but she definitely cautioned me to not go too deep and not to cause further trauma to the area. So she basically said, go deep, but don't get stupid, and it's possible to do more damage. Let me think what else was some of the highlights. Yesterday during the trail run, it was really good because I haven't done a lot of trail time, but because of the group and just the dynamics and the way it played out, I ended up running a lot faster than I typically do on trail, which was good because especially on the little bit more of the technical or rocky terrain, I'm a little bit too cautious. I don't usually get a rhythm, so it was good to push myself, and it was good to put down an effort like that. It gave me some confidence. So that was the good news. The bad news was after yesterday's run, my surgically repaired ankle was tender on the outside, not the actual tendon that I ruptured, but another part that they supposedly cleaned up, whatever that means when a surgeon cleans it up. So I iced it, I rested it today. It feels much improved, but it's always got to be something. So overall, though, I'm really pleased with the progress of last week, and I'm pleased with the progress of the training so far. So the week after next, I'm going to do the Grandmasters Ultra, which is an ultra that is not designed, it's just for people 50 and older. So I had originally signed up for the 100. Coach did not want me going that far, and she's left it to my discretion. Right now I'm signed up for the 50. but she thinks if I'm still having issues with the Achilles that it's probably going to make more sense for me to downgrade to the shorter distance. Other news this week, found out that the April marathon that I was signed up for, I think it's April, was Mount Charleston in the Vegas area. That had been canceled due to COVID. So fortunately, last time my marathon got canceled and I had to change from Big Cottonwood in the Salt Lake City area to Mount Charleston in Vegas, to defer ended up costing me like $50. I just thought that was really cheap if they had a deferral process and program that they're going to charge you that much. Fortunately, to defer back again to Big Cottonwood for 2021, it didn't cost me anything and I actually have a credit. So I will have the chance to get my Boston qualifier, whatever Boston means going forward, being that's been canceled now for 2 years, but at least I'll have a chance to make a run at that. My buddy Brad says that he might do just a marathon fun run where he tries to get under 3 hours. So I might do some of that run with him as part of my training. But looking back at some of the people I met this week, I definitely feel like I have more people that I could spend some time on the trails with that are going to be running a pace that's going to be at or even faster than I need for Western States training. So overall, I feel like I had good rest, good recovery, and I just really need to spend a little bit more time with my stretching, especially as I think back about what David Goggins experienced with his training, just how vital his stretching routine became and how much it healed him and it reinvigorated his body. So I do feel like it's a real fine line for me in terms of pushing it and pushing too hard. So I got to balance those two. On the home front, things are good. It's pretty exciting out here. We're scheduled to have our pool get the concrete, the gunite, the shotcrete, whatever the correct word is. It got pushed back to tomorrow, so we're excited to get our pool built out here. Pretty exciting. We made some big steps in terms of determining what type of finishes and what type of products for tile and stuff. So it is fun putting together a new house and to have things new, nice, and it's exciting. So other than that, that is my weekly check-in. Things are good. Hopefully next week they'll even be better.